Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Austin Reed. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Austin Reed. Like many of you, we are all keeping our watch on the economy. Is a recession happening? Is it going to happen? What's happening with interest rates? What's happening with the stock market? Well, we have got an expert for you joining us in our Tower District studios. Give it up for Sammy Franco. I call you my financial correspondent, chief financial correspondent.
Good to be back.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Welcome. Thank you.
Been a busy time.
I know. What is okay, so now when the Feds did the rate hike, that was what, a week ago?
Yep. The second one, yep. And they're
once that happened.
Once that happened, that sets off a domino effect on all kinds of things. One, it becomes more expensive for people to borrow money, and they want to do that to kind of slow the inflation, slow the economy down, stop putting so much money back into circulation to bring inflation down and combat that. But it also drives down consumer confidence, and so that's why you see this huge stock sell-off and the market plummets. And so when the market plummets, that sets off another string of domino effects where, you've got this huge pool of pension money and retirement plan money that the country and the government counts on for tax income later, right? So people start moving that money into different accounts that they now own, and they kind of control the rate in which they take the money out, and the government has less control. It's just a big mess, right? So are we heading into a recession? Yes, I believe we will.
Really?
But I do believe that this one will be different than your normal recession. I kind of feel like we have been, since COVID, I kind of feel like my belief has been that the first COVID crash was kind of engineered. They closed everything down, so it didn't happen naturally, right? So it wasn't a natural market crash or market reset. It was everything was forced to shut down, so the economy was stopped. And then when it opened back up, it boomed. And then, we're dealing with the after effects of the inflation and all of the money printing. But now we're also leading into a midterm election year. So, of course, there's going to be some interesting things thrown into the mix because they're going to want to make some positive movement in the economy for voting purposes. It's right now, anyone's guess could be as good as mine. But I do see us heading into some sort of recession. I do see recovery, though, in maybe 12 to 18 months.
We're not going to be stuck with this.
No, this isn't like a depression. I mean, there's indicators in some of like the S&P. Some indicators are showing that haven't shown since the Great Depression times. But the way that any little thing, when Powell gets up there and speaks about interest rates or whatever, it sets everybody off. So all it takes is for it to go the other way, and consumer confidence is back up and the market booms, and it's just up and down right now. But I don't think we've hit the bottom yet on the stock sell-offs and the market crash, and I think it'll go a little bit lower, and then we're going to have about 4 or 5 months of really tough time in the market. But if there's two positions you could be in right now. Number one is you've invested money that you really couldn't stand to lose, so you're sweating, right? And number two is you've invested money that you could stand to lose, so it's not all of your money. And if you have some kind of cash reserves, recessions and market crashes are usually when millionaires are made because you can buy stocks at a very low price. So we're talking to a couple of different types of people right now. And those types of people, we deal in a lot of different things, but those types of people who didn't have that extra money are trying to figure out a way to either, do I sell now, which you never sell low, right? You want to buy right now. So right now it's either, if you're young and you got the time, you need to hold on and make that money back. If you're older and a lot of your money is in your retirement plan in which you're counting on income, we're talking to retirees who just lost $60,000 to $120,000 of their retirement plan, right? And so this is what they say 401ks turning into 201ks, right? So it's already not an income strong strategy, the 401k. And now that people are losing money, they're having to take out the same amount of money or more because inflation is making everything more expensive, so their nest eggs are going smaller. So those people right now are scrambling because they need to move their money into safe places. So You can move it into, tax sheltered places like tax sheltered annuities. You can move it into guaranteed income annuities, a lot of different things. And then we have other clients who have liquid cash accounts, who are removing funds to go buy the dip, right? Because they understand that right now is the time where if you put money into things that are naturally going to increase again, like the S&P 500 and Apple and Tesla and all of those stocks, and there's stocks that are still making money right now, right? But if you're doing that single stock, like day trade type stuff, which is risky. But if you're young, hold on. If you're older, then you need a strategy. So that's where we come in.
Looking at what's happening across the country, let's focus on the Fresno Bakersfield area. Are people really struggling here?
The people that we see locally, most of the people we talk to locally, they're in between that, like, I'm struggling and I'm really struggling. If inflation goes much farther, I mean, we're seeing gas at like almost, some parts of town, almost $7 a gallon.
It was.
Right?
I was in Mendocino, California, for my wedding anniversary. It was like $8.90 a gallon.
Yeah, I mean, that's outrageous.
I know.
Right, so people are now paying to go to work, and they're probably paying more each month than some of them are making. So that's a dilemma that a lot of people are in right now. So it's become even more important now to have a budget, to stick to a budget, to make sure that your money's in the right places. So as good of a time as it was in 2020 for a financial awakening and people had money to put places, right now, even if you've lost money or if you are losing money, it should be that same time right now, because it's even more apparent, should be even more apparent to you, that you have to have your money in some place that's working for you and that can build cash reserves and build future wealth. And wealth is in the market, of course. Risk is in the market as well. So you have to have a good combination of risk and no risk investments.
So if you do not have a financial advisor and you're worried about what's happening, connect with Sammy.
Love to help you guys out.
Phone number, website?
Yep, website is actually under construction, so
okay.
But you can email me, Sammyfranco at befinanciallyinformed.com, and my phone number is up on the screen there, 559-250-5680. Local to Fresno, we do travel if a client needs us to travel. So, yeah, be happy to help.
If there was a time in the last 20 years where it makes sense to have somebody holding your hand during this.
Yeah,
this is the right time.
And this is a great time because, one, if you're young, right now, at this point in time, the younger generation is more invested than any other generations of their age in years prior because of their heightened sense of education of financials. So you're seeing a lot of people in their 20s and 30s who've started these Roth IRAs, started other accounts, are investing, and they're educated. But now we also have, that older generation that's really the first generation retiring on these retirement accounts, and they're failing them. And so now it's one of those things where you do have to, you might have to switch your plan from funding your retirement with your retirement plan to how do I use that retirement plan to get me an asset or buy into a business that's going to bring me income. So those are different strategies that we help people come up with, whether it's, you fund into like group funding or like a REIT type thing with real estate, right? Where you continue to invest money into someone's project and get money back, or you actually start a business. And most people don't understand how easy it is to find businesses for sale or to create some kind of home-based business that not only brings tax advantages and tax breaks, but can also create a source of income. More than ever, there's opportunities out there for that. So yeah, definitely would love to connect with anyone who's interested.
Got to just make those plans and...
Got to put a plan in place and work it.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Thank
it. Don't work too hard. I know things are crazy right now for you. So, make sure you, get a little extra sleep if you can.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. All right. I'm Austin Reed. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Austin Reed on air. Of course, our thanks to our chief financial expert, Sammy Franco, local here to the Central Valley. We'll be right back.